This is a pursuit curve. Now you start to see the noose being tightened. So you see the frequency and the speed changing, right? Now in order to trade, we need confirmation or a trigger. Yeah? And I want you to think about this like well, it's actually as above, so below, but think of it also maybe like a yo-yo or the simple balls on stretchy strings that Andrews used. Watch for the trigger. We got triple tops, which we see in the bonds a lot. It's prime time New York. Come down, leave a bottom. And now we're not even making it to our curves. I guess we could draw on a new one if it pleases you. But the same thing is happening, right? You see the horizontal? This is, in the parlance we were talking about, fresh buyers, yep. But in terms of the cat, you can see that the cat and the mouse, you can see that the mouse's ability to run away for some reason has been bounded. In other words, it's been difficult for him to run away. You can see him make the fresh attempt here with this separation, right? You can see the rotation on the predator curve. If I expect action reaction, this is enough of a trigger for me, fresh buyers. What do I expect now? As above, so below. I'm the predator. I'm not going to chase. No, I don't expect follow through. I'm the predator. I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to double the range. I'm not going to chase. Chasing is for losers. Look at the curve. I'm going to follow the curve. That's what the predator does. Okay, if it's up here, I'm not interested. I've missed it. Amanda's got it. I'm going to wait for him to come back to me. This shows me his intent, but I know his movements have been hampered up here. So as above, so below. I'm going to put the order in right at the bottom of the curve. Okay, I'm not, again, for all you people that are saying double the range or none of this, again, I'm not going to ever chase. Never going to chase. I'm always going to wait for a move back into this area. Okay? This happens to be called the pursuit curve. It's probably the last time we'll ever use this in market geometry. But you can do the mathematics of this, and a predator is always going to be down here. And for me, the trigger that it's time to trade is we've seen that it's narrowed and then gone horizontal, and now we get separation. I expect it to swing right back. And if you look at the curves up here, we probably want to wait because it's still going lower. But look at it slow down, and we're at the point now where it's in danger of not going any lower and just going completely horizontal. At some point, if we don't catch the mouse is going to leave. Yeah, the trigger is actually this bar for me. Why? For two reasons. It's fresh buyers, and also the curve is now close to horizontal. Okay, one more time. The curve is close to horizontal. Okay, I don't want to do it up here because there's too much slope. The action reaction is too costly, but here it's flat. So now there's my separation, and here's my as above, so below. So now anywhere in here I'm willing to trade. That's the trigger right there. That and enough of the curve. That's generally enough separation. What's the rule on separation? You've been here long enough, Jade. 3 to 5 in the bonds. 3 to 5 in the bonds. Basically, it's a third of a bar. 1/3 of the ATR. 1/3. It's not the ATR. 1/3 of the ATR. Three to 5 in the bonds is just write that down and remember it. Currencies, I like 5 to 7. They're noisier. Let's look at our pursuit curve, and we've seen these before. We're just measuring the acceleration to the bottom, and you can see we're going horizontal. See it? We're never going to just trade on a mathematical expression as long-term capital did. In other words, less and less sloped. At some point, I'm close enough to flat right here that I know the risk has now switched from another one that's flat to actually an upsloping line of maximum excursion. And this separation tells me if you're going to trade, now's the time to trade. Buyers stepping up is the movement away from these lines. I don't have to wait for tops to be taken out. Okay? That's bad trader confirmation. So, I put in this. This is what it's likely to look like. But let me take it out, and you'll see if I'm right. Oops. Now, for anybody that wants to wait for confirmation, isn't that your confirmation? Okay, this bar is the same thing because you can see the curve tightening up to the point where we're just about at horizontal. I drew this in long before it turned. Okay, you can see it turning, but you're not done much. You get another chance. Confirmation always costs money. Okay, if you had the balls to just leave your order there, guess what? The mouse was stupid enough to stick his head back in the hole. Never give up until it's gone. You know what? If it gets up here, pull your order. But Robbie, if you couldn't see it here, just wait till you can see it. Can you see it here now, Robbie? Put your order in. If I can see it here, that's when I put it in. Okay? If you can't see it now, can you see? If you can see it now put your order in. Okay? You might not get filled. Leave it in until the market has gone. In fact, you get another opportunity. And that's why we use go-no-goes. Okay? We don't use cheap stops. See it? Lots of people go, well, I'll just put my stop 3 ticks underneath. Because this bar might happen. See it? Anybody? This is why we have to use average true range and noise. Highest close of the series. Now there's no opportunity. But look, you had 1 opportunity, 2 opportunities, 3 opportunities. This one was scary. Look at the lines of maximum excursion. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see them? Those are the clues. You don't see that in simple pauses. The slopes are all decreasing. Okay? Now, can we use this strategy? Yeah, it's for anything. This has nothing to do with bonds. It has everything to do. This is just an example. The bonds this week, over and over, use this actually for 3 trades. And we're going to keep going. Okay, this is for anything. Once it gets up here, it's over. Okay. Now, if you get, looks like the last photon. Sure, this is the last photon. Now, if you get, let's say you're a little bit cheap with your go no go, or you entered up here and you got stopped out at break. You got stopped out on the last photon, right? The more you teach us, the easier it gets to trade to the right. I hope so. All right, so at this point, if you're not filled, pull your order, right? The moment this bar prints, the moment this top gets taken out, it's over. Just pull your order. If it gets back down, now, this goes to your question, Robbie, about a pause. Once it prints up here, Robbie, hello? See, we're right at the shelf. If it comes down now, you don't want to play. So if you're not already filled and it pulls up here, walk away. If it breaks that top, you should be doing what? In fact, you can do it now. You're looking at 24 ticks now. Okay? When it breaks this top, you're looking at 16 ticks. Go to break even. Because if it comes back down here, you don't want this position. Right? This is 2 to 1 right here. This is 3 to 1. If it gets to here, you don't want this position anymore. The first problem is going to be right here. Okay? If it takes this out, then you should be thinking about how can I lock in some profit because I got the right thing going. All right, so let me squeeze it in just a little. All right, here we go. All right, so at this point, you're definitely at break even. You don't have the opportunity to lock in profit because we've gone vertical, right? So, in essence, this is our first pullback right there. See it? So, connect the top and the first pullback. Now we've got frequency. We're thinking like a predator. We're thinking like a predator. What could this do for us? What else could it do for us? It's on top. How could it create a stop for us? Where the mouse will be, says Jeff. Exactly. Help us with the next trade. Abdu and Jeff. Exactly. Target to get out, says Todd. Yeah, isn't that where the mouse is? It's going to just help us with the probable path of price, which is it's going to tell us where the next extreme is going to be or where the mouse is likely to head, and if you're a cat, where you're going to have lunch, right? Make sense? Could you throw it on the bottom? Sure, you could. I don't know if I want to, but this is where I started with this frequency, okay? So let's see. We'll go a little bit sideways, keep heading up, start to pull back. All right, so let's put it at the bottom. The bottom. So I take this frequency, put it on the bottom. See it? Now I've got the probable path of price. I don't want to enter in here. We're too far away from where horizontal was. So instead, I'm thinking about the upside. Well, I got a prior high, 2D into 3D. See it? As a predator, somewhere up in here is where the mouse is going to be lunch.